I'm joined here today with war hero Michael Harrison.
I'm the alpha male, clearly.
I think you need to start thinking more alpha because that's going to be the key to your growth long term.
I've got this client, Susan, who's responded really well to Clenbuterol.
Hey guys, welcome to the latest episode of the Alpha Male Entrepreneur Superhuman Wisdom Growth Podcast for men who listen to stuff but never action it podcast. I'm joined here today with war hero Michael Harrison,
Pleasure.
hold on. It's about me first. Ex-war hero, ex-RAF engineer Michael Harrison, who has, I believe, recently placed 5th at the Kent Classic only last weekend. So we're going to talk today about his mindset, his philosophy on life, his business, and how he sees his personal brand developing going forward as a true leader in the alpha male entrepreneur superhuman wisdom mindset growth for men who don't action stuff but listen to it all the time podcast. Yeah. So Michael, over to you, mate.
Just before us, just gotta.
What's that? Is that the trophy you got from the?
No, got a really good trophy. It's about that big, and I got half a tub of protein. So this is just something that.
What's with the spoon there?
I mean, we'll probably get into this a little bit later on, Dave.
It's Dan. Yeah.
Sorry,
it's Dan. Dan.
Yeah. So the reason why I've got this one spoon is I'm currently working with like a social media specialist because I'm heavily into business, and they basically said that.
Are they an alpha male as well? Because
yes, they are an alpha male. They basically said for growth, have a microphone on the end of a wooden spoon.
But we've already got one, mate. The microphone there. It's top of the range, that one as well.
Yes, but they said it's about the wooden spoon because it's going to get people to comment and people to engage. So they've said that on my videos, just use a wooden spoon.
We're going to cut that out of this podcast, mate, because that's beta male. That is not alpha. I mean, I'd have preferred you brought in your plastic trophy from the finishing 5th, to be honest, with that, but I'd just get rid of that. That's useless.
For later on then.
I don't know who's telling you that. It's a waste of time. Right,
I can show you.
Well, I mean, I think you need to start thinking more alpha because that's going to be the key to your growth long term.
You don't like it?
Not really.
You probably won't like this 5 pounds of fat that I've got then.
What's that?
Just got a rubber model.
No, don't bring it out. No.
But I can show.
We'll just cut it. We'll just cut the podcast up. No. So, the Kent Classic. Let's talk about the Kent Classic.
Some cups of water that I can.
We haven't got any water here. Remember, this is about me today. Okay, the Alpha Male podcast is about me.
Okay.
You're here to make me look better, and you're not doing a very good job of it right now. Okay, so the Kent Classic. So again, as you know, on the Alpha Male Superhuman Wisdom Entrepreneur podcast for men who listen to stuff but never action it. You know that we only bring on the best guests, and that's why we brought on Mike Harrison, champion bodybuilder, and like I said, ex-war hero, which I'm sure we're going to get into at some point as well. But we're going to talk about the Kent Classic because that's just been, I know it's such a huge event. I know that's part of the reason why we're doing this podcast is to talk about what a huge event that was down at the Kent Classic. So talk me through the day, Mike. For those of us who want to be more alpha, who want to do a bodybuilding show. Talk me through the day. In fact, talk me through actually, Mike, the day before. Talk me through how alpha you need to be in the build up to a bodybuilding show, because I know that obviously it's all about the muscles and being big and looking better. Like, talk me through that.
Yeah, I'd gone through a full prep, documented on my YouTube. You know, the Redemption series. So all the way to the show to stage day. So
sorry, with Redemption, I mean that something went wrong before. Because usually that's what redemption means.
It just means like redeeming.
Usually because something went wrong before though. Is that just if you just use the name?
No, just it's like a redemption series, and you know, like there's a period of time where I was kind of saying it was like a relentless redemption that I was going through. So it's like my relentless redemption to stage to the Kent Classic.
Right. Okay.
But anyway, so you turn up and you know, I've gone to Kent and I've got my tan booked in. So of course, the day before you've got to have your skin prep. You've got to make sure that your legs are shaved. You've got to make sure that your arms are shaved. Your chest. Don't have any back hair, but if I did, it'd be shaved. And you get your tan on. I went through around 120, 130 or so rice cakes in the day, and I.
Okay, this doesn't sound very alpha, mate. Like, we're all about carnivore, we're all about meat.
There was some meat.
Shaving yourself.
There was some meat.
This is not what I thought bodybuilding would be about.
But it's a lot more alpha tomorrow when I've got my thong on.
You what?
The thong on stage.
Oh. I thought this was supposed to be a good thing for you.
It's
to do.
glittery.
I thought it was supposed to like make you look better.
It is.
Being
I
a
came
bodybuilder.
fifth. I came fifth. Anyway, I could see the venue, the Kent Community Hall. It was, I believe it holds up to in excess of like 70 people. It was
it wasn't like in a big theatre.
It was a community hall, yeah. It's just like a parish hall. They put some chairs out and stuff. Okay. Interestingly enough, the day before they'd had the local slimming class on there, the Slimming World. I thought it's probably a good place to pick up some clients there. So I was hanging around, loitering around outside, but people just like pointing at the tan more than anything. But yeah, they'd had the Slimming Club, and Saturday rolls around, and of course the day starts at the community hall, and there's buzz, there's noise in the air, and you've got the bigger guys on, and of course I'm up last. Just before the bingo starts. Interestingly enough, a lot of the people had filtered out by that time. All the banners had gone and stuff, but there was quite a few people there waiting for that bingo that were, they were giving me some encouragement and things like that, of course. But
what sort of things were they shouting?
They're just like, can't wait for it to be over. And I was thinking, yeah, no, me too. It's been a hell of a redemption. Yeah. And they were cheering when we were walking off stage and stuff like that. They were making a few of the comments,
Like what? Do you anything in particular, or comments on your size, your muscularity, and just how
some of them, I think it was a bingo call, but they were saying legs 11 and they were laughing at my legs. But it's a weak point, and that's what the judges were saying. But legs 11, don't laugh at them, That's for my next series, isn't it? The recuperation series. Yeah. Where I'll be covering everything that I'm going to be doing to grow my legs.
So that was the feedback from the judges, was it?
And the women in the audience for the bingo. Yeah. So a lot of them said, I could do better legs. But you placed fifth at the Kent Community Classic.
How many people were there?
There was 5. But it was a stacked lineup.
Okay.
It was a stacked lineup.
Yeah. I mean, I'd expect it to be a stacked lineup. I'm sure everyone there would be.
No.
Would be.
This is more stacked. So I'm looking for another show. Hopefully, you don't know who's going to show up on the day. And if I bring my best package to the stage next time.
If it's the same judges, they're probably going to say the same thing, no?
No, because if only 3 better people turn up, I'll finish 4th. So you do the math on that. So
okay,
that's the next one in line. Little tip: pick somewhere obscure where nobody goes. Cumbria, that's what I'm going for. Okay. The Cumbria Pro.
And if you're lucky, that might be in a village hall. That one,
village hall, yeah, tiny little place apparently. So we'll see who turns up. Hopefully get 4th, maybe snatch a 3rd if there's only 3 of us.
And obviously on this podcast, we're all about being alpha and growing your business and being an entrepreneur. Well,
that is me.
Taking everything forward. So in terms of then growing your business now, what is that exposure going to do for you? And in terms of growing everything that you're trying to do with your online coaching, talk us through that a little bit more.
Thank you, Dave.
It's Dan as well. Just remember, it's Dan.
Dan? I thought it was Dave. Throughout the prep, got tons of exposure. I've obviously done my redemption series where I've uploaded 1 or 2 videos every week. Some of those are clocking at around 26, 27 views, which is pretty good because I'm just starting out. Obviously, Instagram, I've posted a lot of my physique updates. Hasn't really gained traction just yet, but I've been putting them out. Got a lot of followers. Got good 4,000 or 5,000 followers.
So for those of the listeners who are looking to grow their Instagram, what sort of things would you say alongside those pictures? In terms of the captions.
Well, wooden spoon is one.
We don't need to see that again. That's fine.
But
what things would you say? You got those posts.
Impossible is nothing.
So anything else with that? Anything you elaborate on with that, or just literally?
Lions don't care about the opinion of sleep.
Is that right?
Sheep. They don't care about the opinion of sheep, but sleep is also important. So I like to say, merge them together. Lions don't care about the opinion of sleep.
Okay. So is that all you sort of post on
Yeah, yeah. Because it's motivating. It's quite motivating for people to see.
Okay.
What I haven't done yet, which I'm going to be doing, is a bio change. So I'm going to 5th place Kent Classic with a trophy next to it. So that is probably, when people see that he's done a show and he's placed 5th, they'll probably be signing up for coaching in their droves. I've currently got like an extensive roster of clients at the moment. There's currently 7 people through the doors, but hoping for that to get to about 100 by the next couple of months. So yeah, it's going pretty well. Yeah, thank you for asking, Dave.
Okay, it's Dan again. One more time, I think that's going to be the podcast over. Okay, so you do that obviously for the authority, right? Again, obviously being more alpha, and alpha. That bio is all about you and everything. What you're about and who you are, and all that is it's the alpha. And in terms of like your clients coming through, do you see those 7 people? Are they alpha males? Are they proper physique transformation?
Not yet. I am a physique transformation specialist.
Right. Yeah.
Not quite got, just building. I'm in the regeneration phase at the moment. So I'm basically just building up that authority, that stage presence. People will see me on stage and come through.
So I'm assuming that obviously you've done all this yourself in terms of your own prep,
because homemade, grown.
Yeah, but no, in terms of your prep, like you obviously haven't had a coach, because obviously you now put yourself in a position of authority where you're helping people now coach people.
Had a coach, sure.
Okay, so
one of the best prep coaches out there. Yeah. That's why I learned my craft.
So you actually know how to coach people then?
Yeah. I reached out to one of the best prep coaches out there. I'm literally learning the art, the skill, the craft of coaching. Every 2 or 3 weeks I get a WhatsApp message from him, and from that WhatsApp message I learn so much. So he's asking in-depth things like, how much weight have you lost this week? And I'm saying, I've lost, 0.4 of a pound, and he's saying things like double the dosage of Clen, and maybe what microgrammage of T3 you want, and are you only having carbs around the peri-workout window?
Well, around the peris. Peri means around.
Sorry?
Peri means around, so it wouldn't be around the peri, would it?
No.
It would be.
I know that you're not that interested in fitness and nutrition, Dave. For the listeners, so the peri-workout basically means before, during, so intra, and post. So, for example, pre-workout, intra-workout, post-workout nutrition, that is called peri, which is around the workout. So it's around the peri-workout nutrition.
Yeah.
So around the peri. So he's asking things like that, and I'm seeing that the manipulations, the changes that he's making, and he's saying, double this and change this, and for example, just the other day, I was having 80 grams of cream of rice, and he said drop it down to 70 grams. So it's just, again, just building up my knowledge base, and I've got that now. So
I'm assuming then with your knowledge base, obviously you're adapting what he's done, and you're going away, you're researching it, you're going into the depths of like understanding, because again, obviously on the Alpha podcast we're on here, in terms of guys that want to entrepreneurial, superhuman mindset growth.
I've got this client, Susan, who's responded really well to clenbuterol.
She's a bodybuilder as well, Dan?
No. She's mid-50s, got 3 stone to lose. She's doing really well, a little bit anxious, but she is dropping weight quite quick.
What's her job though? What's she do? She's not a bodybuilder.
She's at Tesco's. She, like I said, I'm just building up the clientele. I've currently got Susan, and then I've got Margaret as well, who's she's actually a grandmother, but she's doing really well with the reverse banded hack squats that I've given her. She's up to half a plate a side at the moment, and we're looking to progress that week on week, to maybe a plate a side, and then it'll be 1.5 plates a side, and then it'll be.
So I thought you worked with.
It'll be 2 plates a side.
Real alpha men physique transformation. Like when we discussed this podcast, it was going to be.
I'm the alpha male, clearly, and I'm building an alpha community. I'm in the build phase, regeneration phase, which I like to call it. We've had the redemption, we've got the regeneration. We'll progress into reconnaissance phase. There are all sorts of phases that I've got mapped out.
Okay, so going forward, then let's all that's done now. What's the future? What's the future look
Even
like
more.
for the Kent Classic 5th place?
We've got the Cumbria Pro at the Parish Hall, which I'm excited about. So looking to improve upon it, because wasn't really happy with the placing on the last time. I think it was a tan.
Is that the feedback you got? Was it?
No, but I think the stage lights washed me out. So the tan, I turned up, I'd done all this prep, gone through all the process, stuck to the diet, all of this, and tan was. I think the tan was a little bit off. I think some of the guys had better. The other 4 guys had better tans. So sort the tan out. You know, we're looking at the British.
The British finals.
Yeah, the British finals. Yeah.
Isn't that where all the best of the best go?
Yes, we do.
And it's just the tan, was it?
It was just a tan, yeah. That's what I thought when I saw the pictures. I put the pictures on Facebook after, me and the other guys in the lineup, and I had at least 2 people that said I've been robbed, and I agree. I was robbed.
Yeah.
It was a tan issue.
Was it your mum and dad that said that? Was it?
It was my mum and dad, yeah. But they were there, so they should know.
But on those events, do you all get the same tan though? On the day?
Yes. Yeah. I think mine must have been running low when they did me. It didn't seem to stick or something like that. It was runny. Okay. It just didn't look right, and I just think it can't have been the physique that I placed, because that's the best package that I've ever delivered. They call me the mailman.
So further on then from the Cumbrian Pro, what's the future hold? You know, what sort of things you got in the pipeline?
Even more of these podcasts, even more of these ones. Sorry, Dave?
Nothing.
Yeah. So even more of these. You can find me on my Instagram, Alpha Physique Transformations. So that's where to, if you want to stick that, you probably want to stick that across the bottom.
Yeah, we'll sort that out, don't worry.
Alpha Physique Transformations. That's where you'll see where I put out all my best work. We've got the Cumbria Pro, we've got the British, and then it'll be into a good kind of off season where I look to accrue and assimilate as much tissue as physically possible. I'm going to push up body weight. I'm going to go through different phases of synthesis. We're going to go through desensitization phases, destabilization phases, denationalization, decriminalization phases, demarcation periods. And we've got all of these things mapped out for the future. So you will see me on the Olympia stage one day.
Okay. Well, big thanks there to Mike for coming on the Alpha Male Wisdom Entrepreneur Mindset Growth podcast for men who want to listen to things but action it podcast.
You're very welcome, Dave.
Yeah, it's done. But we'll be sure to hear more from Mike, I'm sure, in the near future as he pursues his career as a top level bodybuilder. So next week,
for discount on all of the supplements I used in my prep, code below.
It's done. We're done.
Sell out 10.
That was a waste of time. That was a waste of time. Who said this guy was going to be gone? Was it you? You're fired. We're done.
Should we do the thumbnail?
It's Dan. But yeah.
Sorry?
It's Dan. Dan.
Okay.
Anything else with that, or just? Your thoughts.
It's going pretty well. Thank you for asking, Dave.
Last bit again.
We're looking at the British. That's
that's the sort of thing they say as well.
Yeah.
Right. Start again.